Donald Sutherland spent nearly 60 years in the acting business, passing his passion down to his kids and granddaughter. Sutherland died on Thursday, June 20 at 88, leaving behind 5 adult children who have all spent their careers in show business or media, either in front of the camera or behind it. He named each of his 4 sons after directors he worked with. Sutherland's first acting credits came in 1962, with single-episode roles on anthology series Studio 4 and crime drama Man of the World. He became internationally known for his roles in MASH and Animal House, then later in the Hunger Games franchise. As multiple generations of audiences got to know him on the screen, keep scrolling to meet those who knew him in private, his wives, kids and granddaughter. Donald met Rossette on the set of the drama Alien Thunder, which Donald starred in as Sergeant Dan Candy. The two had 3 sons, Rossif, Angus and Reg, and remained married from 1972 until his death. Donald looked back on his career in a 2005 interview and reflected on how the decisions he made ultimately led him to finding his wife. "Everything was my fault. I was so dumb," he told The Guardian. "But if I hadn't made the mistakes I made, I wouldn't have met the wonderful woman I've been married to for over 30 years, so I guess that makes the mistakes okay." Donald and Douglas were married for 4 years and had twins Kiefer and Rachel in 1966 before their split in 1970. Douglas was a Canadian actress and daughter of Canadian politician Tommy Douglas. She was an activist for most of her life, protesting the Vietnam War in the 1960s and campaigning for political candidates into the 2000s. Though her marriage to Donald did not last long, she remained close to Kiefer and Rachel. When she died from pneumonia in 2020, Kiefer called her an extraordinary woman who led an extraordinary life. The most famous of Donald's children, Kiefer, and his twin sister, Rachel, were born in London in 1966. He is best known for portraying Jack Bauer on the hit Fox series 24, as well as for his roles in The Lost Boys, Phone Booth and Designated Survivor. Though Kiefer and Donald were not close during Kiefer's childhood, they developed a close bond as Kiefer's acting career gained steam. Kiefer told People in 2016 that working with his father in the 2015 Western Forsaken was something I have wanted to do for 30 years. The actor released a statement after Donald's death, calling him one of the most important actors in the history of film. He added, "Never daunted by a role, good, bad or ugly. He loved what he did and did what he loved, and one can never ask for more than that. A life well lived." Rachel does her work behind the camera as a producer. She's currently working on Law Order Toronto Criminal Intent, which aired its first season this year. The series has been renewed for 2 more. Rachel and Kiefer remain incredibly close. Kiefer told The Guardian in 2018 that "When I was having my first child I said to my mother, 'My gosh, you had 2 at the same time.' She said, 'Oh, sweetheart, it was fine. By the time you were 2 you were looking after each other," Kiefer said. She made it sound like she'd got a deal, which always made me laugh. Reg was born in Los Angeles in 1974 and is the oldest of Donald and Francine's kids. Though he isn't directly involved in film or television, Reg works for the talent and sports agency, CAA. He works in the media finance department, which handles the packing and representation of independently financed films, television and digital content, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Films like The Lighthouse, Pavarotti and Knives Out have all been packaged or sold by CAA Media Finance. Born in 1978 in Vancouver, Rossif did not originally plan to go into acting. Then, he filled in for another student in a film made at Princeton. When his father saw Rossif's work, his plans changed. There were tears in his eyes, and he said, "Kid, that's what you're supposed to do," he recalled to People. Rossif's acting credits include Orphan First Kill, 3 Pines, and The Handmaid's Tale. As the youngest of Donald's children, Angus has spent time as both an actor and producer. His middle name, Redford, is a nod to actor and filmmaker Robert Redford, whom Donald worked with on Ordinary People. "I wanted to name another son after Robert Redford," Donald told Variety in 2019. "But when the child was born, a woman in the maternity ward said, 'No, you can't do that, you can't name a child Redford.' So we named him Angus Redford." Thank you. You have successfully subscribed. Subscribe to newsletter. Subscribe by signing up. I agree to the terms and privacy policy and to receive emails from What's the Gossip Deal of the Day Lounge in linen for less with this button up that's now 69 off. View deal. Check our latest news in Google News. Follow us. Check our latest news in Apple News. Follow us. You have successfully subscribed. By signing up, I agree to the terms and privacy policy and to receive emails from What's the Gossip. Check our latest news in Google News. Check our latest news in Apple News. Sarah is the daughter of Kiefer and ex-wife Camelia Kath. Born in Los Angeles in 1988, Sarah is best known for her first TV role, playing Catherine Meyer on the HBO comedy Veep. Wanting to blaze her own trail, Sarah first turned down roles offered to her by her father, according to W Magazine. The truth is she's worked so hard to do this on her own, Kiefer told Kelly Ripa in 2016. I couldn't even tell you her agent's name. I would have no idea.